Stop posting more and start building a flywheel. Does this sound familiar? It's the end of the month, you posted 30 reels, you did one every single day, and you feel accomplished that you made it, but still dread it because you have to do the same thing the next month without really knowing if you're going to make any more money, and ultimately it's burning you out. And you see other creators posting less, making way more money, and you think to yourself, what am I doing wrong? My content looks way better than theirs. I have way more student results. It looks so effortless for them. And I thought the exact same thing and struggled for years. But the answer is building a system that has a snowball effect and builds you more leverage over time. And that's exactly what we're going to build in this video if you watch everything to the end. So stay tuned. This is episode 4 of Creator TV. And let me just get out my trusty pen here for you guys to properly get this walk through. So in this video, you're going to learn exactly how to build the same system that my client Daniel did to close $14,000 in 2 weeks and just $500 in ads. So a 25x return on this system. And if you're new here, this is kind of the 3 episodes we did prior. We optimized our dream client. We built our vision assets to get extremely clear on what our branding looks like. We've got our message in check. And now the final part is getting our deal flow, right? Having a strategy that's going to get us constant leads every single day that we then can nurture and turn into perfect fit dream clients. So let's get right into things. So this is the system that we use to make this happen. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to run a very stupid, simple ad that is very cheap and very cost effective that's going to build our audience with perfect fit dream followers on autopilot. Okay, this is basically going to build your audience, right? And what this means, just to be extremely clear with you guys, this means you don't have to be endlessly posting. You don't have to be posting every single day. I mean, it's ideal, but you're not relying on it. You're not basically relying yourself on an unpredictable method to get leads. You're relying on something predictable that's going to get you followers and leads every single day. And from there, you're going to nurture them with your content, with your email, with your YouTube, with your stories, etc. And of course, through that content, you're going to collect leads in form of a community. And by a community, I mean email list, okay? So you're going to build your email list as well. And then you've got 2 ways to kind of get your followers to make a buying decision. They can purchase a kind of lower ticket product, and that's when they become a customer, or they can directly become a client. For most of you guys, you can actually go directly to selling a high ticket product, but to make the conversion process easier, sometimes you can have lower ticket workshops, lower ticket kind of 30-day accelerator programs to get people to ascend to your higher ticket program. And that's going to be super, super crucial. So don't worry if this doesn't make sense now. We're going to go over every single step. But just so I give you guys a better understanding of why this method is superior versus other methods, is simply because of the low friction. What do I mean by low friction? When someone is a brand new person and they find your page, what is more likely to happen? That they go on a landing page, look at a video and book in a call, or to simply follow you? More likely to follow, right? So that's why we're going to have a super frictionless process where people basically do the same behaviors that they do on a daily basis anyway, right? People are following people all the time on Instagram. So when you're just saying, follow me, it's not salesy. It's just like, hey dude, follow me, right? So we're going to turn this random stranger into a follower. From that follower, we're going to turn that follower into a lead by, getting their email address or by getting them watching your long form YouTube. And from a lead, we can turn them into a customer, and then from a customer into a perfect fit client. And that is basically the key behind this whole system. I know you guys love my beautiful drawings, so this is, feel free to put this as your phone wall screen, wallpaper. I would do it myself because it just looks extremely beautiful. So I'll just make sure okay, you got it? Okay, screenshot it? Okay. So crafted ad, that's the first step that we want to dive into. So note, I'm going to make this very, very clear. I don't see a difference between organic and ads. For me, it's just content. It's the exact same thing. The only difference between organic and ads is that an ad never stops getting attention unless you stop the ad, right? That is the same thing as organic, except it gets constant attention. It never dies down, okay? So I see every piece of content like an ad, but it just stops getting views after some time. An ad is constant. You just have to make sure that the messaging is on point and you get the right people to see your profile. So what you want to do is you want to run Instagram profile visit ads. You want to optimize for the most amount of profile visits, people that are viewing your Instagram page. We don't want to optimize for anything else except this. On the ads manager, you can also select and create custom metrics to make sure you can see how many followers you're getting from it. But essentially, this is how you do it. So essentially, you just want eyeballs. You want eyeballs in your Instagram profile so people can see what you offer. And if you've got a well-optimized Instagram profile like I do, you can do this very, very well, okay? And it's going to get people interested in what you have to offer if you're hitting the right pain problems, etc. And this is a very simple script that you can do for the ad. And feel free to screenshot this. Feel free to take this for your own, ad. The main thing that I can add into here is between number 3 and 4, these both steps, you can put a mid-roll CTA. And I'll give you an example of what that looks like. It's basically follow me and go through my content to learn more, right? Because sometimes people don't watch the ad to the very end to hear the call to action. They just, have a short attention span. So when you put it at the front of the ad, people are more likely to hear the call to action and take action on that, right? Who you serve, the pain, right? And a lot of people do who you serve. I really like to talk about pain problems, right? So what is the pain problem that they're struggling with? How they currently feel, what's the pain? Follow me if you want to learn how. This is exactly how I was able to do X, Y, and Z through my system. This is how it works. Point 1, point 2, point 3. This is different than this because of this reason. And this is exactly how you learn how to do X. If you want a full training on how this works, follow me and comment training and I'll send it over. Right? So you want to get people to follow you and take a action in terms of a comment, right? Nowadays with ManyChat, there's also a feature where you can just off a follow start an automation, but it is very good to do a comment as well. It doesn't really matter too much. So now that you've got this whole ad system set up, and obviously there's so much nuance, guys. Like if I break down exactly for what niche, for what offer, how to run this exact ad, it can literally go on for hours. So I sadly don't have time to do that. But if you message me on Instagram about what your niche is, how to run the ad, I will give you tailored feedback. So just feel free to do that if you need some help. So number 2 is content. At this stage, you're getting consistent traffic. You're getting consistent profile visits on your page. And now you want to warm them up. And this is where the one system comes in. And the one system is a simple framework to get people from the ad connected to ManyChat, to get people in your email list, and to watch what I like to call your one VSL. Now, your one VSL, you'll see it in my Instagram bio. It's just a video that explains who you are, what your story is, what your problem you solve, how you do it, and that they can work with you, right? It's a very simple video hosted on YouTube that can give people a ton of value. And what this does is because it's hosted on YouTube, they don't see it as like a sales asset. We see it as a sales asset, but it's a very low barrier, low friction way to get people to be intrigued by what you do. And just to see how the ManyChat framework is in practice. Hey, thanks for the follow. This is mine specifically for when they follow me. They just click yes, send it over. I send over a little video. They say yes. Actually, no. This is the same thing as here, right? I send this message, they send me their email, and then I send them a landing page to work with me if they want that, or to watch the video directly. And the good thing is about having this landing page to get to work with you is it already can give them more information of what the next steps are if they do want to work with you. It just makes them a bit more aware of it, which is good. And that's how it looks like, okay? So this system builds you so much leverage, especially when it comes to building your community, which is your email list, right? I don't have a ton of emails, but I've only really done this system for 6 to 8 months, and I've collected 2,824 emails, which is a lot. At some point, I had a lot of emails coming through. Now I get roughly 100 to 80 emails every single month. Recently, I've got a strategy that gets me more emails. That's why you see a big fluctuation. But just so you can see the open rates, 19%, 31%, 27%, 19, 20, 20. It fluctuates. I think my average is 23% open rate, which is extremely powerful because out of these 2,800 people, 23% always opens it. They always see the value. They always see your YouTube videos that you promote. And this is extremely powerful because I could be just chilling on a Sunday morning and be like, oh, let me send an email to my list. And I get thousands of people potentially looking at my email and taking an action on it. And that's what builds you leverage. And that's what a lot of creators are missing. They're just posting short form content, building very, very surface level depth with their audience, and they don't know how to convert them. And this is why this is extremely powerful. And what I also have is as soon as they sign up to my email list, I have a 7-day welcome sequence that explains who I am, what I do, and why shifting beliefs is more powerful than having a crazy strategy, right? And then they get to learn about me and what I do. So this is extremely powerful. Like, I know I'm mentioning this again and again, but I think I've sent 72,000 emails over the past 90 days on autopilot. Like, do you know how powerful that is? Like, that's just completely on autopilot. And a lot of people aren't leveraging this. So, yeah, definitely do that. Conversations. This is the final part. Once you get followers on your Instagram profile, like we mentioned here, once you're getting these conversations, you need to start a conversation, see what their problem is, see what they're struggling with. So you can ultimately either make a sale in the DMs or hop on a call with them and make a sale, pitching your services as an online coach for high ticket, right? So what we leverage for these conversations is the one chat framework, which means recognize, compliment, question, and intent, or the RCQI method. Okay. And the way that this works, by the way, if you DM me the word one chat on Instagram, I've got a bot that can help you implement this a little bit faster. But what this means is when you get a message from someone, recognize what they said. Oh, I'm struggling with, losing 20 pounds of weight. Oh, I see that you're struggling with that. That's something that actually is quite common, especially in your age bracket. But honestly, it's great that you are, at least realizing that you have to make a change. Just a quick question, like, have you tried anything in particular that's going to help you solve that problem? I just want to see if there's anything that I can send over to help. Do you get how I just made that response? Is I recognized what she said, complimented her, gave her a question, and also gave the intent behind the question. Some people just give a question without an intent, and then people are like, okay, why is this person asking me? Like, is there a reason? It's like, yeah, because I want to send you some resources that can help you out. So there's that. And in terms of the framework or the mentality of how to go about conversations, is there's 5 different stages, right? There's stage 1, which is just like never going to buy with you. Or maybe they will over time, but they're just right now like not interested whatsoever. There's 2, which is cold. So people that haven't seen your content in a while or just really don't care right now. There's stage 3 where they're warming up. Maybe they're looking at your content, but not like masses amount of it. And then there's 4 where people are starting to look at your long form content. They see your emails. And then there's 5 where they have been long time or just extremely aligned with your vision, your goals, your method. And these are the 5 stage prospects. And we want to look at these people to entertain within the DMs, okay? Someone who has the future potential to become a perfect fit dream client and then turn into a case study. The 5th stage is willing to engage in dialogue, so they're very responsive, they're friendly and cooperative, they know what they want, they know when they want it, and they would like some help. This is the 5th stage people, right? And 3, 2, and 1 stage prospects do not want to be entertained, and they're not ready yet. These people, they might see your messages, but they might respond, or they might respond very vaguely or very abruptly. And these people are basically people we don't want to really entertain. We don't want to really waste our time on these people. We want them to see our content and to warm up slowly, but we're not going to waste our time, following up with these people because they're just not responsive. They're wasting our time, right? So what's the difference between the 4th and the 5th stage? The 5th stage are more ready. The 4th stage need more time to warm up to your brand, okay? So this is why, chat openers, warm inbound, and by the way, this is examples of what this 4th and 5th stage are. So these are chat openers, warm inbound, new followers, new commenters, new engagement, inbound DMs from content, call to actions, email replies, lead magnet downloaders, new community members if you have a community. Shortly said, anyone that shows interest in what you do, the hardest... Yeah, so this is kind of irrelevant. I probably should take this out. So anyone that's kind of showing interest, right? New followers, people that reach out for your lead magnets, people that are commenting in your polls. These are all fourth and fifth stage prospects, okay? Fifth stage is just a bit more ready, okay? Example openers of what you can do when you reach out to these people is like, hey, I appreciate the follow. You here for X or you here for X, right? Giving them a buy, like kind of a two path they can go down. Are they just here for the content, or do they want to lose weight? Are you just here for the vibes, or do you want to improve your mindset, right? Just give them kind of a two-way street so they can either show that they're interested or just kind of disengage, right? You can also send a voice note. I love voice notes, guys. If you are trying to get clients and you don't leverage voice notes, you're missing out on a lot of leverage, because people can tell that you care. People can tell that you know what you're talking about. And when you send a voice message, you build a lot of trust. You build a lot of connection. So if you leverage voice notes, it's also extremely powerful. So honestly, guys, you have a lot of information here of how you can build this system and build leverage for your brand. But honestly, it's not really going to be as effective if you don't have data and tracking and systems to improve this over time. And this is why we have these two sheets right here. So the first sheet is basically a sheet where you can see the ad spend over every single month of the year. So the total revenue, the cash collected, the ad spend, you'll get automatically the return on ad spend for rev, for cash, how many followers you got, how many were qualified, how many book calls, etc. Right? So you can clearly look over a month's time span and be like, am I profitable? Am I not? If you don't have this, you're basically, just to put it lightly, like you're fucked. If you don't track your numbers every single day and get this overarching data over an entire month, you're not going to really know what to do, and you're going to make stupid decisions. You're going to make emotional decisions that aren't based in logic or rationality, and then you're going to end up just stopping the ads, which is the main thing that's driving revenue and traffic on your page. Another thing is tracking leads. Like, you'll be surprised. I'm so surprised how many people don't track their leads and see when they have to follow up, see what stage in the pipeline they're in. And I just use a very simple tracking sheet. When the date was found, the Instagram, the status is like, are they warm, cold, etc. Follow-up date of outreach, did they book, etc. So very simple. Nothing complicated, but this can get you to 20K a month by using both of these tracking sheets, okay? By the way, I've got another tracking sheet that shows you actually on a daily basis the metrics of the ads. This is just an overarching year's view, right? It's the master ads table. But yeah, guys, if you want these tracking sheets, I'll be honest, these are extremely powerful. I've got a lot of tracking metrics within this sheet. If you DM me on Instagram, hey Jay, I want the tracking sheet, I'll message you and give it to you. However, I'm really only going to give it to like a handful of people, because this is a ton of value that I'm giving away for free. So if you're fast, if you're actionable on it, I'll send it over, okay? So this was it for the 4-episode Creator TV series. And it was a blast. I really enjoyed it, guys. I just want to let you guys know that obviously you guys aren't stupid. You guys are smart individuals. I've got a coaching program that helps you implement all of this. Obviously, you're going to do a lot by yourself. However, if you do want that extra helping hand, if you don't want to spend as much time kind of learning all the mistakes that I had to go through, then feel free to DM me the word one on Instagram, and I'll send you the details to book a one-on-one call with me, and I'll give you even a secret gift for taking action. So let me know. Just so you guys know, beginning of next year, I'm pretty much going to double my prices. So if you are interested and you want to get in, now's probably the time to hop on a call and we can kind of discuss what's the best fit for you. So let me know, guys. And other than that, comment in the description what you want to see next, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.